Hey guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to the channel of chilled, relaxed plant content where we talk about the good, the bad, the thriving, and the dying plants in our collection, and we just try to learn the best way to grow the plants in our collection. So, if that sounds like a good time and something you're interested in doing and learning about, hit the subscribe button and come hang out with us. So, today is going to be part 2 of my Hoya Collection Tour. So, the first part I showed you what was propagating that had recently been imported. Next, I'm going to show you my largest hanging Hoyas, and then like my little intermediate like 4-inch pots, and then probably part 3 will be like the little 2-inch pots. Yeah, so like I said, come hang out and check out my Hoyas. I'm very excited because I have a couple of Peduncles to show you. Looking at one right now. I literally just saw that like right before I turned on the camera. So, all right, see you in a bit. Okay guys, so we're gonna start off in the bedroom. Just a little quick, it's my window, one of my windows, and I'm gonna move the step stool because I'm short. First, look how long my Australis is. Beautiful. Okay, now we're up here, and she's doing good. She's putting out she's putting out leaves in like right here. This is what I'm talking about. She's putting out a whole bunch of different leaves from one node, which is really cool, really interesting. I didn't know plants could do that, but I guess that's how branching works, right? I don't know. I just didn't know that they could just put out a whole bunch of leaves. I thought they would like branch and then put out leaves. She is climbing all the way up. All the way up. Look at that. Look at that. Got another one right here. Yeah, there's no peduncles on her yet, but I am hopeful. Alright, now moving over is one of my Hoya compactus. Is this the splashy one? No. I do have one that has like splash to it, which is like kind of cool. And she's doing well. She needs to be watered. But overall, looks good. We have a bunch of new growth coming in. She's like twisted in on herself here. That is weird. That is really weird. Let me see if I can pull that out. Which way is... Oh, look at that. What is that? Why did that do that? Alright, whatever. I'll take it. Just bend you out so you don't get stuck in there again. But yeah, she's throwing out tendrils. And I think we might have the beginning of a peduncle. Ooh, focus. Please focus. The beginning of a peduncle, if you would. So, please focus. Alright, I think that's the beginning of a peduncle. Not 100% sure though. And then you guys recently saw this. This is the Hoya linearis. Still nice and long. I did take a piece to see if I could propagate it in water. I don't see any roots yet, but it hasn't been too long. And putting out new leaves here as well. Just overall happy that I'm not killing this plant. That's always the risk when you try a new plant and you spend a decent amount of money on it. You don't want to kill it. Alright, so we are going to head over to the next window. Just give you a little pan out. Really pretty. Alrighty guys, this is what this window looks like. Nice and pretty. And I have some cacti, but these are the Hoyas here. Alright, so we will start with this guy. So this is very long. I'll try to unravel it. I raveled it all up because it was getting so long, and it was not getting enough light. It was starting to get leggy. So I just wrapped it up, and as you can see, it's putting out new growth again. beautifully. Alright, so I have to do some maintenance up here. There's obviously some dead stuff, but we have a whole bunch of new growth popping out. Look over here, look at all that. Again, no peduncles on this one yet, but I think we might get one day. Alright, so next, let me move that out of the way, is the other compacta. And we have to do maintenance. The hanging plants usually don't get as much maintenance done as the younger, smaller plants, just because they're up higher, and you know how that is. But they're throwing up tendrils all over the place. We got another one right here. Is this the splashy one? No, it has to be the one. Oh, there's some splash. But the one in my living room is very splashy. Oh, maybe it's this one. I don't know. I can't tell. There is some splash. But from what I've looked into, the more light you give a plant, the more splash you'll get. So just throwing that out there. Got a brand new leaf right here coming out. Beautiful. They come out little straight like that, and then they start curling. Alright, on this side is the Hoya Wyetii, and he has a whole bunch of tendrils, but I think I need to keep watering him, or water him more often, for him to put out some more leaves on these tendrils. He's putting out a whole bunch of aerial roots, so yeah, I think he needs a little bit more water. He feels a little lighter. He might need to be repotted. Yeah, that's a whole nother day. So just a little quick pan out. Very pretty. Alright, so we're gonna take you now into my living room area. Alright guys, so this is my current living room plant window setup. We got a queen, princess, queen, compacta. Alright, so I guess we'll just start in the middle. We'll go up here. Alright, so this is Princess. You can see she has some new growth. This is my smaller one. My larger one is here. She is growing well. She also looks good. I don't see any peduncles, but there's always hope. And then this is my smaller queen. She's doing well. She has some new growth coming in there. I don't see any. Oh, I might be lying. Oh, hold on. What is that, guys? What is that? That's a peduncle, baby. A peduncle. It's a brand new peduncle. There's no buds on it yet, but good to know. Alright, so she must be happy, or getting whatever it is she needs in order to put out some leaves. Alright, this is my big queen. As you can see, she's doing very well. She's putting out some really white leaves, but it's alright. And over here, let me try to grab that next. Okay. We got a peduncle with buds. With buds, guys. So the queens are about to bloom, which is very exciting. This is the third compacta I have, and this one is the one that has a decent amount of splash on it. Every leaf has a little bit of it, as you can see. Like I said before, the more light you give it, the more splash you'll get on your Hoyas. Yep. So I think this is my longest compacta, and she's putting out new growth. No peduncles yet, but I feel like I would have a hard time finding peduncles on this guy just because how curly the leaves are. But yeah. Alrighty, on to the next section. Alright guys, so next I'm going to show you individually this row of Hoyas. I wish I could angle this so that the lights weren't messing up the camera, but the Hoyas need light, so this is what it is. Alrighty, so I'll set up the camera and I'll show you individually each of my 4-inch pot of Hoyas. Okay guys, so this is my Hoya Burtoni. As you can see, she has grown very long. She's not this full in the front. I just took a strand and rolled it around. Hopefully it will root and fill out the top of it, because it's like kind of like a half plant, half this way, half is bare. Yeah, it is what it is on this plant, but I really like how velvety the leaves are, felty, and they get a dark like a dark brown, or not brown, but like a black blue. That's a better description of the color on the outside of it. And new leaves come out nice and small, and they come out a little red, and they don't actually come out that fuzzy. Like, it feels more like a regular leaf, and then I guess as it matures it gets more fuzz. I'm not sure. But yeah, it just feels like a regular leaf. Interesting. But this is my Hoya Burtoni. Beautiful. I have not found any peduncles on here, so no flowers yet. Alright, I'll get the next one. Alright, so these are my two smaller Hoya Crimson Princesses. This one has pretty much completely reverted back to green with just some splashing on it. This one as well. But this guy is putting out the variegation like crazy. So as you can see, all of the pink leaves are new. I don't see any I have to check for mealybugs. I get mealybugs sometimes on my Hoyas, and I just squish them, and then I go around and spray everything with alcohol. So yeah, that's how I treat mealybugs. You're never gonna get rid of them, guys. You just gotta manage them. That's what I've concluded. But yeah, so this guy is doing really well. It's putting out a whole bunch of growth. We do have a fully green vine, but we have a whole bunch that still have variegation. This one is putting out a lot, very large spots of variegation. So my Hoya Crimson Princesses. Alrighty. Alright guys, so this is my Hoya Memoria, also called the Hoya Gracilis, and she is putting off a whole bunch of vines. She also gets very sun stressed, and it comes out beautiful. Also, this one, the more light you give it, the more splash you're going to get. The new leaves come out a dark maroon color under highlight, and then they fade to the greener color, but they can stay sun stressed. No peduncles yet, but it's a very happy plant, and it's also a prolific grower. I might have two smaller 2-inch pots of this guy, and they just grow. They are very easy. If you can, I found a peduncle. Okay guys, I hope you could see. That is a peduncle. You can tell when they come off the end, like off of a stem like that, and they shoot down, or they just shoot off. But yeah, that looks like the beginnings of a peduncle. That is exciting. Alright. Okay. Maybe we'll get some of these guys to bloom. Like I said, it's a very easy plant. I wouldn't be surprised if that is a peduncle, just because of how easy it grows. And yeah, just overall, if you can get one of these, you should definitely get one of these. Okay guys, so this is the variegated Wyatii or Kentiana. I'm not sure what the difference is between them. I think it's just their flowers, but I haven't gotten these guys to flower, so I don't know. But we have, see if I can show you, we got new leaves growing here, here, over here. So far I'm not killing this guy. I did try with this plant a couple of months ago, and it didn't make it. But I think I have the setup, I have the right lighting this time that the plant will survive. There's also some strands of straight green leaves, which I think will help the plant overall produce, you know, energy and photosynthesize, so that if we do get a whole bunch of really white leaves, it's not gonna hurt the plant overall. But yeah, beautiful plant. Alrighty, on to the next. Okay guys, so this is my Hoya Obavada. This is one of my slower growing Hoyas compared to the other 4-inch pots that I have. We do have 3 new leaves here. We have these 3 new leaves. It is putting out a little tendril right here, but that has been the majority of its growth. Before that it was just this guy, and it was like that for a while. So there's also a good amount of splash on this plant. The newer leaves, the splash comes out looking pink, and then it fades to like a gray color. And also with a lot of light, you can get that maroon blackish rim to the leaves. Hopefully I'm not burning the leaves, but I don't think I am. But hopefully you can see like the red rim to these leaves, the reddish brown rim. But yeah, some of these newer leaves come out a little wonky, but that's okay. I still love it. I still love it. I can't wait for this guy to get really long and start trailing, and I would like to have part of the plant trailing down and then a part of the plant trellising up somehow. But we got a ways to go before that. Alrighty, so the Hoya Obavada. Alright guys, next is my Hoya Ratusa. It's not actually that full. It's pretty much one long strand that I just wrap around, hoping it will eventually root. But overall, what is left of this plant, I got it, it was more full than this when I bought it, but we had some struggles. But what is left is doing well. This looks like a new shoot right here. So I'm finally going to see some new growth on this. I'm excited. But yeah, it's just it's a funky type of Hoya. The leaves are very small, dainty. If you look really close, I'll try. I don't know if you'll see it. The ends are a little like hearts. So it's kind of like the carry eye, just a really long heart. So it's cute. It definitely is not that easy to get to thrive, obviously, because it's not thriving under my care. It's for the most part surviving and attempting to grow. But nonetheless, Hoya Ratusa. Alright guys, next is just my regular plain Jane Hoya Carnosa, and I think any Hoya lover can appreciate just the plain green Carnosa. It will splash if you give it enough light, and it will also get that darker rim color as well. But this guy is just an easy grower, just straight up easy. Sometimes the leaves come out looking like Australis, sometimes they don't. Sometimes you get ripples in the leaves. I mean, there's so many plants that are crossed with this, that this plant, every leaf can come out looking completely different. It's just an overall great plant. It's very easy, and yeah, it's just, it always surprises me. Try to show you this leaf, one of the older leaves. Look at all the crinkles on that. I hope you can see. That's like, it looks like a crinkle 8 leaf. So, yeah. Overall beautiful plant. And yeah, this is like the first Hoya I think anybody should start off with. Get a Hoya Carnosa, you know, let that be the plant you figure out how to take care of Hoyas. Alright guys, so this is my Hoya Chiperdian, and he is growing finally. I get nervous about these like thin, longer leaves. They're not really thin as like thin, but like thin, you know? I'm always nervous I'm going to kill these plants, but he is doing very well. He is very happy, as you can tell by the tendrils. And also, please focus. I don't know if you can see that. It's a peduncle. That's one. Focus. Two. Hope it's focusing. Looks like a third is coming out here. And also right there. So right now it looks like we have 4 peduncles. I'm hoping none of them, I think they call it blasting when they fall off. Hopefully one of the 4 flowers survives and I get to experience the flowers of the Hoya Chiperdian, also known as the green bean Hoya. Very pretty plant. And look at that. Look at that. It's just cool. Alright, on to the next. Alright guys, next is my Hoya Multiflora. As you can tell, she is blooming very nicely. We have 1 peduncle, 2 peduncles, and I think there's another peduncle right here that doesn't have any blooms right now. But overall, this is a decent growing plant. I will say once it starts flowering, the actual growth of the plant kind of slows down. So if you want your Hoya Multiflora to get larger, maybe, I haven't tried it, pull it off the blooms before they get to this stage probably. This way the plant can allocate its energy into growing larger instead of putting off blooms. But we do have, I'll try to get you in, some nice red new growth, or pink maroonish new growth right here. So overall, plant's doing good. The flowers do drop like a type of sap, and if you have plants underneath, they will get kind of like sticky. But give you an up close view of these flowers. Very pretty. They do, I think this middle part opens up and then you can see like the darker pink in there, but I guess they're not there yet. But soon they will be opened. Yeah. This is a thinner leafed, more bush-like type of Hoya compared to the others that are more like vining and trailing. But nonetheless, a beautiful, beautiful Hoya. Alright, so my last 4-inch pot Hoya is my Hoya Pupa Calyx, and this plant is just taking off. This is also another very easy, very prolific grower. It comes in very splashed. Give it more light, the more splash you get. This original plant came from 4, I think it was like 2 to 1 leaf cuttings, and it's been probably over 2 years now, but it's just huge. I mean, we have tendrils that go all the way up. They're wrapping around each other. No peduncles yet, but I am hopeful. Yeah, this is a brand new leaf. And this plant, out of all of the Hoyas, this is the plant I like to pet the most. I just, you know, the leaf just fits nicely in your hand, you know? I guess everybody's hands are different, so maybe your favorite petting plant is a different one. But for me, it is definitely the Hoya Pupa Calyx. just all the splash. It's a beautiful plant. Beautiful plant. Yep. Yeah, beautiful. Alrighty guys, so that wraps up my part 2 Hoya Tour collection, whatever it is you want to call it. And yeah, which one out of these is your favorite? Is it something else? Let me know. I just saw this. Look at this beautiful splash of this leaf. It's beautiful. Oh, and also while I'm here, a little update on the water propagations with all of the peduncles. Ooh, let me pull you out. So the 2 peduncles at the bottom blasted off, and the small one up here blasted off. But these 2 kept their blooms. And I mean, look how beautiful that is. It's so cute, so gorgeous. And I'm hoping these guys survive and also bloom. Just, that is like, I don't know, I can't, no words. Beautiful. It's the same word, I just keep saying it. Alright guys, so that's part 2 of my Hoya tour. Leave all your comments in the comment section below. I can't wait to read them and just, you know, talk about Hoyas. Alright guys, until next time, relax, plants, and peace out.